Hey, welcome to Daejuan's Aerial Quad channel. Today we are at the end of our videos on Utah. We are at the end of day 3 of the summer 2025 road trip. This is the Lunt Park Rest Area in the state of Utah. It is at mile marker 88 on I-15. I was staying in St. George for the evening. This is just about 80 miles north or northeast of St. George. We'll also be spending a bit of time looking at this surrounding area, this farmland, shrubland. Hard to say exactly what goes on at some of these places, like that brown field there is obviously crop of some sort. This shrubland, maybe there are some livestock that graze that, maybe not. Hard to say. But the brown spots, the bright green spots, of course, some sort of crops being grown. This Mini 4K is putting in quite a bit of work here on its first big trip, hopefully first big trip of many. I have the 4 Pro now, but I don't think I'll be getting rid of this guy anytime soon. Very, very good stuff coming out of that. See, what we're looking at there is the southbound side, and in my research, the trees, those the bigger trees there on the southbound side, are actually common spots for migratory birds. If you look around, there's not a whole lot of spots in this area for birds like that to be nesting, so the southbound area in particular is a haven for bird watchers. That is an interesting fact I would not have picked up on had I not done a little bit of research. And we see a little farm, some outbuilding here, a pond. Looks pretty man-made. And then we have these interesting shapes here. I have to guess that is something to do with wind blocking, but I have not been able to really get much information about that. So if you know something, please let me know. As always, we're enjoying some dead armadillo sounds. Shout out to Zach. He puts in a lot of cool work, does some neat stuff for us here. In shrubland like this, there's not a ton of points of interest, so any little thing can stand out when you're flying around like this. But man, the view. Go from very dull right in front of you to, 2 miles that way, a mountain. Again, just being a kid from Missouri, that is not what you're used to. Make sure to stay above that tree. Very good. Also in my research, I discovered Lunt Park is Utah's first roadside park. It was established in the 1920s. It was near a natural spring. It became an oasis for travelers. The interstate system did not exist yet, but the highway system was being built, state by state. And it was named after a state senator who was a big proponent of things like the highway system, some of the nearby state parks, national parks. things of that nature. We're sitting on the southbound side, always conscious of the connection to the controller, but take a look at this little building out here. Looks a little bit more dilapidated than the rest of the stuff, but it is pinned in, so maybe a chicken house at some point. There were some birds swimming in the pond. We'll follow this little road, dirt road, see where it takes us. And it just takes us to an access road. Little trailer set up. This is, I think, the 9th or 8th or 9th video from Utah this day. So it was a long day of driving and flying. So might have a little less attention to detail in the flying than you've seen in weeks past. But the next video will be fresh, so hopefully it'll be nice and crisp and sharp. Again, there's those trees for the migratory birds. I don't remember which all birds my research said. I know raptors were one of them. I don't recall seeing any raptors. The only ones I'd like to see are the F-22 Raptor. Heading south, there's a nice barrel out in the middle of the field, very cool. And there's an interesting machine. I'm not sure what that would do. I'll look over there to the east. Man. What a view. And here we have a pond. I'm assuming all of this is to do with the natural spring around which this park was built. Just miles and miles flat ground in front of you. It's one thing going down the interstate at 75 miles an hour. It's a little different to consider this on horseback in wagon. Folks were just built different back then. A lot of them died also. So there's that. So it might be a dust devil out there in the distance on the left side. And we're about 6,000 feet in elevation here at the rest area. Of course, staying under that 400-foot limit. There's not really any terrain that would make me need to go higher around this area. The southbound side certainly gets the love. The northbound side does not have as much going on. An interesting quirk. Another look back out to the west, and we're just about ready to wrap this one up. Again, this is the end of day 3. We are finally through the great state of Utah. I-70 was incredible. 10 out of 10, do recommend. Travel I-70. Now we are on the long 15, heading down to Vegas, eventually down to California. One last look. Thanks for watching DJI's Aerial Quad channel, and I hope I see you in the next one.